Good evening, sports fans. Welcome to League 1, Season uh, 33. It is Week 8, and the number 3 Penn State Nittany Lions are on the road at South Carolina. So we'll take a quick look at the Gamecocks and then get kicked off as we say welcome home to the Artemis II crew, currently being extracted from the integrity module by NASA and the U.S. Navy. All right. So first things first. The South Carolina Gamecocks. All right, so Lenoris Sellers, we played him last year, and he was dangerous last year, so we need to make sure that we keep a handle on him again. He is a dual threat. He does have legs. Last year he did want to run for yards, so we will make sure that we are calling spies on those 3rd and longs. 2 quality halfbacks, 3 not a, well, 500, call it 600 yards between them. So not a terrible running game from Augustave and Haynes. Fullback is not very good. Wide receivers, Harbor has speed, but the rest of them, I mean, they're quick, but they're not as quick, and they don't have the same catching clearly that Harbor has at 99. So going to be worried about Harbor. Like he's just a guy to be worried about. But Fleming is very good. He's a great tight end. He's got 16 catches. So, 16 catches over 6 games. He's going to get them a couple of first downs. We just hope that they don't decide to put all the offense through him, because that's always hard. Offensive line, 83, 87, 80, 85, 71. So this is a okay line. It's not great. It's not terrible. But hopefully, yeah, we can get around it and attack, particularly that right tackle in Sarrett Jr. Umazolu is out, so McKee is in. He is slow, so that could be helpful, although he clearly is very strong at 91. And so the edges are not great. But the tackles are good, so we're going to have to rely on those double teams. Yeah, because they're both pure power. So that's something to be aware of. But hopefully, we get a good running game going. Linebacker, 80 at Sam, 83 at Mike, 80 at Will. Linebacker is not great. Now the Stevenson is out, but he was their 3rd corner, so 2 good corners. But hopefully with those speeds we can outrun them. Free safety is to 79, so not great, but the strong safety is incredible. Kilgore is great, so we want to stay far away from Jalon Kilgore and hopefully attack the other guys. D tackles were fine, but there were so many 80s, guys close to 80 in low 80s at the ends and the linebackers, that hopefully that's a relatively weak box, and then we can just do what we want to do, run the ball and get this game in the bag. Legs are okay, but not great. All right, and so we'll get kicked off here in just a second. Okay, red, white, all white. Very good.
No position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome everyone to Williams-Brice Stadium, home of the South Carolina Gamecocks. As we'll see the national champions from last year, the Penn State Nittany Lions, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the South Carolina Gamecocks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollock, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. The Gamecocks will kick it away to start us off. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. So Penn State's offense will go to work first.
They're in every break of the game, every minute, every second. On this team, we fight for that edge. On this team, we tear ourselves and everyone else around us.
You think the fans are ready for this one? The booth's shaking underneath us, guys. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line. Guys, let's think big picture for a minute. We'll talk about Penn State. They jumped to the top of the conference standings. Now the trick is finding a way to stay there.
Well, and that's your goal to start the season. It's always about the conference first. It's not about the national championship picture. So great job taking care of business within the conference, Jesse, but a lot of meat still left on the schedule.
Yeah, and remember, conference championships mean a lot because the way the college football playoff is set up, if you're winning your conference championship, you're probably in the playoff discussion. So they've got a lot of games ahead. They're in that prime spot right now inside their conference. They've got to keep playing well.
And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. The Nittany Lions will send out the punt unit. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time.
You're going to do the same for him.
No return coming here as he signals for the fair catch and makes it right around the 30.
Spanning more than 15 successful seasons and covering the country from Florida, North Carolina, Iowa, Ohio, Oklahoma, California, and Virginia. This is League 1 NCAA football.
In action here today, and Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sunday.
Yeah, these guys can both stress the defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks. David, this one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown.
And the pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18.
And that's going to be the
Good
challenge
start.
for this offense tonight is holding up. They're one of the best teams in the entire nation.
And the Gamecocks with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. To the air, it's Sellers. Right on the money. And they're able to make the tackle.
Yeah, the defense has to be careful with this slot receiver running these drag routes. You can't lose him. If he catches it on the other side and turns up the sideline, he can take it to the house.
On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't
There we go.
The chains. They were trying to take it careful. Instead, it's fourth down.
All right.
This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out.
Back to pass on second down. Nowhere close on that one as he got
that one just off.
The football, and now they face third down. Trying to pick up a first down. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. The sure hands, it's Hunter. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. The Nittany Lions will snap it on first and 10. On the run, it's Martin. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
All right.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
The Nittany Lions are marching down the field. They're going to go right back to him on first down. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to Pater. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal.
It's really nice to see this offense bounce back. That first possession, man, they go 3 and out. They really struggled, and now starting to put a drive together, get their feet a little bit wet. Now you can see they're starting to get pretty comfortable.
They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
Yeah, and this offense, that's what they do. Last week he had 2 rushing touchdowns. They're going to feature him. They're going to get physical, especially inside the 5-yard line. You're going to feed this guy the football. This offense has had success in the past giving him the ball.
He's going to lose a yard on that.
Oh.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. On third and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. Powers forward. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Penn State.
Third and goal, you're going to turn around and just give it to this guy who just has a nose for the end zone. He's able to find the crease and pay it off for his offense.
And the PAT makes it 7-0.
All right, that's what we like to see. Oh, at least one of those guys wasn't an O-liner. God.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Scanning the field, it's Sellers. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
And this offense is searching, man. They're trying to find something. Last week they did nothing. They got nothing going, looked really poor. This week starting a little sluggish. They got to find something they can hang their hat on and something they can build off of for this offense.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Bring in the heat. Grabbed in the middle. It's Clark. Oh, what a cut.
Oh, damn it. Like, he was...
Leading him on the chase and making the big play after the catch. They just dialed up one big play. Let's see if they've got another one on first and 10 from the 35. Looking to throw on first down. Out of the backfield, he's open. turning it on. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
I like the running back there on the route, the patience he showed, really setting it up. Got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
There we go.
There was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
I don't care who you are, but if you're going to have success offensively, you've got to have some semblance of a running game. They didn't have it their last time out. They obviously really struggled in that game. And in this one, just not getting enough push up front, and it's putting them in some really difficult situations.
And he slides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes are thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready.
Okay, so.
Penn State sends the offense back onto the field.
Oof.
Took the last.
All right, let's see what we're doing here, because we're taking out Williams. All right, and I guess we'll put in, yeah, Birchmeyer. And then at tight end. Do I not? Kurtovich? Yeah, oh, yeah. But I can't. All right. Jewel or. It's Von Offen. Okay. So we took out. All right, we took out Reynolds, the tight end. Severe, quarter 1. And we took out the right guard, Williams. High in quarter 1. Okay.
For a touchdown, they'll try to do it again on this one. From the gun, they'll try the middle. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Dropping back, it's Barnett. Got his man. And it'll be a pickup of 9. They're facing a 3rd and 1.
Simple pitch, simple catch, easy little drag route right over the field. It's a nice timing route. You can run it versus man or you can run it versus zone and have a lot of success.
And he'll burrow his way into the line and get enough for the first down. No need to get too cute there or overly creative. Just push the ball forward and get the first down.
I completely agree. I hate when people get creative. Just easy money, downhill, run the first down.
On the ground, it's Martin. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. A great job in the base defense making a play.
Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. And the Nittany Lions have this offense rolling. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Nice pickup there, gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. And the Nittany Lions move the change with some signature hard-nosed running.
Some Big Ten physicality, some Big Ten running the football. Gotta have it. Gotta start with that when you're in the Big Ten and when you're at Penn State.
They'll give it to him again.
Yeah, but we're not in the Big Ten, and we're not at Penn State.
Job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Looking for a man. It's Barnett. Makes the grab. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. He had a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, first down.
The Nittany Lions come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Little touch pass to the receiver. Breaks into the open. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to out...
All right. Like, just woof. Halfback Martin severe quarter one, and he's out of the game. He is out of the game. So let's see. Place, all right, move Wallace in there. All right. We can use Hayes. Fantastic. So let's go third down back. All right, we're going to take him out. Smith. Yep. Great. Power back. All right. Ham is being redshirted. Yearby is being redshirted, so Johnson Jr. All right.
Defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
The Nittany Lions will try to punch it in on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. There have been this series, not trophies, long plays that have been over in short period of time. That was a marathon.
And that's just so frustrating. Defensive guy, time and making the plays, punch it in for a touchdown. Demoralizing.
And the extra point is
All
true,
right.
and they're on top by 7. studio
Good
now.
drive.
Check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Week to week, it's so tough to figure the ACC, which is why this one is notable. Duke is ahead in this one, but unlike the days of Daniel Jones, this offense is not guaranteed to just keep scoring points today. They're up by 4 over Rutgers. We'll circle back if anything changes in this big-time ACC matchup. Guys?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Grabbed over the middle. It's Harbor.
Like,
And he
wow.
was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Power football with the run. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Quarterback will keep it. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter.
All right.
We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the second. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. Back to throw, it's Sellers. Makes the grab. Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. He is
There we
stopped
go.
behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though. How quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
Right back to it. Knocked down at the 35 after a pickup of 3.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Find space on the right.
Oh,
He's there to
he
make
is
the stop,
there
and not
just
before
finding
he
all
sets up
sorts of
this
space.
offense. First and goal from the 7.
And the defense has to be kicking themselves for allowing a first down there. You're just maybe going to give them a few yards and let them set up for a field goal. Instead, you let them move the chains, and now they're knocking on your door first and goal.
Made a defender miss. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. Looking for just one more yard. It's second and goal. They're going to run it. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
The best running backs are the guys that can just sniff out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
Extra point here will tie the game. And the extra point is good. So they put together a 9-play, 75-yard drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. Quarterback on the keeper. Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. Lots of room to run. What a play to get it inside the red zone, and they are set up at the 17.
All right, moving forward, this defense, they better be very aware when this quarterback decides to keep the football. That's a good decision by him, but now defensively, you not only have to worry about the running back, you got to worry about this quarterback getting to the perimeter and hurting you with his speed.
Whew. All right, let's turn that into a touchdown.
They almost went end to end and housed it. Now a chance to stick it in the end zone. 1st and 10 from the red zone. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Finds his big tight end. Now the connection takes it to the 11. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. To the ground with the back. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Penn State!
This offense is so good, man. They can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And he tacks on the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
All right, defense. You get another shot here.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Back to pass, it's Sellers. It's complete. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a big gain. And the Gamecocks in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Back to pass.
There we go.
Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. And another one gone, and another one gone, another one bites the dust. Hey, gonna get to do another one bites the dust. Shoot
Trying to put points on the board.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay, let's gotta move Cousins out too. Ugh, they're just taking out all my goddamn linemen. All right, let's take a quick look. Dues is how is Williams looking? He's at increased. Okay, so we're gonna leave him out for now. We already got Birchmeyer. We're gonna place so that Birchmeyer can go there. Sexton is starter. Okay.
They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had it. Much better field position this time around. On the move, it's Wallace.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. Catch in the middle, it's Hunter. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. It's as if you're in GOAT in a space odyssey. Williams-Brice alive on third down. Tries to surge ahead on the sneak.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
Rides the back on the option, the give. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
He'll pull it on the read. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
And that's a nice job by this QB. Great job. You show patience, right? Like, if they don't come take me, I'm going to keep running. That's how I go pick up another first down, move the sticks, and this offense can keep churning.
The give to the back. Defense holds their ground. Pickup of a yard. It's at the 26.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Looking downfield, it's Barnett. Makes the catch. It's Saunders. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Headed to the line at the 23, trying to convert this 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
And that's a play the defense absolutely had to have. This game right now is sort of still in the balance. And after a long drive by the offense on 3rd down, the defense able to make a play, get a hit on the target, knock it loose for an incompletion. And now it's decision time if you're on offense.
Son of a bitch! Give me a dream! Son of a bitch! This can't be me! Son of a bitch! If I can't get clean, I'm gonna drink my life away! Yeah!
Wants to throw on 1st down. Makes the catch. It's Harvard. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. They'll go up top on 2nd and short. Snagged in the middle. It's Harvard. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Man, the defense, they haven't had an answer for this guy. He has been lighting them up in the pass game early and often so far, and that time just not able to hook up.
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Trying to take it back. Down, Nittany Lions. The defense takes matters into its own hands. Look, I know it's only the 2nd quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt, when your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happen when you ball. So this defense on point, reading their scouting report, making good plays. Come out to the 25-yard line.
And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Running out of time here in the
Great
first half, and they
pick.
still
Just
have a
threw it
chance
right
to
at the
win
defensive
this
end's chest, and
game.
thank God he held
So
on to
you
it.
gotta locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive,
There he goes. Shoved out of bounds after a big game. They'll mark it at the +42. They used the jump play to cross midfield, and they've got it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. The give to the tailback. He stopped dead in his tracks again. No success. Back to throw, it's Sellers. A strike downfield. They've got the first down, mark it at the 26 in the waning seconds of the half. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Off play action on first down. Makes the grab on the left.
My fucking guy teleported and I missed the sack.
David, but play action almost makes it impossible to keep them covered.
And yeah, because those guys, they're such good blockers most of the time. They're big and physical, and they sell block for a second, and then they run open and they find holes in zones, or they get good matchups. And man, those tight ends nowadays are nightmares for defenses to try to score.
That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Now the play fake. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Wants to go up top. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. On third and goal, they'll try to throw it in.
Oh, damn it.
Touchdown, South Carolina. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
That was a really big score here at the end of the first half, just for their confidence and their momentum. They're obviously still losing right now on the scoreboard, but you had the feeling something positive had to happen here at the end of the first half for them to go in at halftime, regroup, and come out in the second half now trying to build on that successful drive offensively.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. This is a designed run. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
All right.
We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, you've been calling a lively one so far from there in Columbia. And the standout player on the defensive side of the ball has been that boogeyman back there at safety. They try to run it, he's filling the holes. They try to throw it, he's either picking them off or trying to take dudes' heads off. Good luck making adjustments. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Williams-Brice.
All right, going to leave you with a 5-minute halftime break here as we get ready for the second half. Let's take a look at some stats. Yeah, that's just ridiculous. Like, he was throwing it away, and my goodness, he threw it away in the wrong place.
The Nittany Lions will kick it off to start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line.
When you walk through a storm, hold your head up high and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of a storm, there's a golden sky and the sweet silver song of a lark. Walk on through the wind, walk on through the rain, for your dreams be tossed and blown. Walk on with hope in your heart, and you'll never walk alone. You'll never walk alone. Walk on with hope in your heart, and you'll never walk alone. You'll never walk alone.
Okay, let's take a quick look at how our guys are doing, see if any of them have recovered. Alright, so Martin Jr. is still high. Craig is injured, so he can't play at all. So we had Cousins in there. Cousins is still high. Alright, so we'd also taken out Williams. He's at increased. And so tight end, we took out Reynolds, and he is still severe. So nobody's going back in.
South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like it's
Picked off. That's not the start they hoped for. He goes down. Short return. One ball in. Ball back.
And that is such a better play by the defender. The quarterback's going to have to get rid of the ball. So to jump is going to be pieces. Great job with the speed. Nice job moving it for the INT.
Just a fantastic pick.
The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Gives it on the option. Plows ahead for a pickup of 1 to the 32.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going. It's squarely shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Caught over the middle. It's Hunter. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down. Man, and you see those sticks, and you're like, dude, 3rd and short. I just got to fall forward and get the first down, Palmer. But the defense comes up big and gets the stop.
So on offense, don't overthink this one. 4th and inches, just line up, something easy. You know you can execute in your sleep and go keep this drive going.
Yeah, and I think those quarterback sneaks used to be for the big, strapping quarterbacks. But, man, nowadays, dude, all you got to do is fall forward, and it's such a hard play to stop. So you see this all across all levels of football, and it's just a difficult play to stop.
He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave him a little bit of everything on that one.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Barges ahead. Fighting his way for every inch, but he still needs a few more. He stopped short of the goal line. These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. Try to barge their way in.
Oh.
That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
He's got it. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State! Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the 2nd half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin
Great,
Connors in the studio.
great possession after the
ACC
pick.
action, fellas, and all week there's been intrigue about this one. Duke is ahead in this one, but unlike the days of Daniel Jones, this offense is not guaranteed to just keep scoring points today. They're up by 11 over Rutgers. Any big changes in this ACC clash, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Wants to throw. It's Sellers. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
Another one bites the dust.
Missed opportunity. You know the quarterback was excited. He saw a man.
Another one
He
bites
thought
the
it was
dust.
gonna happen.
And another one gone. Another one gone. Another one bites the dust. Hey, we're gonna get to another one bites the dust.
Swinging on the 2nd.
Shoot up.
That's caught. It's rolled. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42. And the Gamecocks want to crank the tempo.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them, because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Wide receiver going in motion. They'll go to the ground. Oh, what a move. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. The Gamecocks with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Back to pass. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. 3rd down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Lowers that shoulder, just ship and runs.
Oh, come on.
Another one. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
Son of a bitch! Give me a dream! Son of a bitch! This can't be me! Son of a bitch! If I can't get clean, I don't have drink but
Executed play.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. They're still holding the lead, but hoping to flex a little muscle on this drive. He'll do it himself. At the 35, he's loose. There he goes. And that one looked as if it might go all the way, but they picked up more than 40 yards before the touchdown-saving tackle. No matter which uniforms they're wearing, quarterbacks making moves like that will white out a defense in a heartbeat.
And how can I find ways to complement my physical ground game? And I think you've seen that over the years with Penn State. The ability to have a Sean Clifford, a Trace McSorley, somebody that can really just help that running back and create a little bit more space for him.
The Nittany Lions, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
He'll keep it himself. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Man, this defense has to be better. You have to stop the first part of the option, and that is the quarterback. And he gets loose. He gets the first down, another set of downs. They need to figure out this plan and how to stop this quarterback.
They get it down to the 7 on that pass play, in prime position for a score.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. They'll go with a give to the big tight end on 3rd and short. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. And brought down. Looks as if that's how we'll end the 3rd. We've reached a break, and Penn State is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, that's new. If you want to kick the ball to the tight end in this situation and let him run the football, I mean, goal line area, maybe. No, you know what? It stunk. It was a bad play call. Don't do it again.
They will stop him short, and the defense trying to keep him alive.
And it's not a surprise who they gave the football to. When you get down in this area, they're going to call his name. The physical back, they're going to give him the football. They're going to use their identity of physicality and run game down here in the red zone.
Trying to pound it in. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown. They're on the board again, and it looks as if this winning streak is going to continue. You know, the way he's going has me churning through the old memory bank here for the single-game touchdown record at Penn State. You know who that was?
I have no idea.
Well, everyone knows it was Harry Robb. Went to the house 6 times in 1917. And they did tack on the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
Let's see if we can finally get a stop.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. If you like like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over-'em football. That last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers, David.
And now you wonder how the defense responds. Like, are they going to get way more aggressive to try to stop the run? I got to do something to break the rhythm of that running game.
Dropping back, it's Sellers. Fires to the wideout. Working the middle. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Looking downfield on first down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. They just keep firing.
All right. 3rd down. That's what I'm talking about. All right, you're gonna punt. You're gonna, or you're gonna try for it. Yes, Simmons. Call him the punt.
No fair catches here, looking for room. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. How about that blocking up front and that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays. Everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Right back to
Oh,
the well.
that didn't work.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football there.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Motion from the wide receiver. Looking for a man. It's Barnett. Hauls it in. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. As the rooster crows, they are getting cocky and cockier on 3rd down here. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Hunter. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20. And the Nittany Lions come to the line with a new set of downs. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Receiver on the move, gets the touch pass. Finds some fresh air. And he does a really
Thought I
nice
had
job
called an audible there.
space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all right after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to third down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. After getting nothing done on first down, 2nd and goal from the 6. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the 4th quarter as they go for their 6th straight win.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
Ready up to add another. And the extra point splits the uprights. And they
All right, that's what I'm talking about.
touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Georgia is running away with this one, thanks to an offense that's been sick of them since the opening kickoff.
All right.
South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
To throw, it's Sellers. He's got it down the middle. Still running at the 40. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. To the air on first down. Here comes the
There we go.
and the quarterback runs out of time. And down he goes.
Here I am, rocked you like a hurricane. Here I am, rocked you like a hurricane. Rocked you like a
What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
All right, third down.
Coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk away. Fakes to grab. Smashes ahead.
Oh, God.
So mark it at the 17, and they are set up. The Gamecocks will line it up on 1st and 10. Now from inside the red zone. It's caught. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Dropping back, it's Sellers. Looking to the end zone. Touchdown, Gamecocks!
I am
Strike
not
to the air
particularly
for a
shocked.
score.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one
Oh, go
It's
Navy.
pretty much
Beat
over.
Charlotte.
Down multiple possessions
Excuse
this
me.
late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense. Continue to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
They're definitely up against it. Time running out, down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick.
Oh,
And
and
there's still life in this team.
and they
Obviously,
fucking
they're down
made
here
it.
in the fourth quarter, but they're able to execute the onside kick. They retain possession, and now let's see what happens.
They'll start this drive going to the air. They've got the screen set up. Fights off a defender.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
Second down, they'll go to the air. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And good coverage and better hands on that shot to the end zone.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time,
Big man has it. It's a 1st down and more. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. They kept that drive alive, but still ground to cover here on 1st down. The offense going to try again on another play. They'll just spike it on this one. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. To the air, it's Sellers. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left. Coming to the line of scrimmage at the 30. It would be a long field goal, but they'd love to pick up a few here on 3rd and long. He's looking to throw. Under fire. Will not get close. Tackled at the 28-yard line.
And that's game.
Down. They get the W, and with that being win number 6, looks as if they're going bowling, guys.
And that's a good moment for this squad, right? Like, you start every season, you have big goals, and usually start with the national championship. And winning a national championship, maybe going to the playoffs. Everybody has different goals. Getting to a bowl is always sweet, and this team's out there.
I know the coaches are really happy about this, the fans, because they know the program, right? You got to get those 15 extra practices at the end of the year to help you get balance. Moving ahead to next season. But that's next season. There's still a lot left to go this year. Let's just see how.
Good defense, good running game, even if we had to sub out a third of our offensive line and our halfback and our tight end. So, all right. So this week, North Carolina still to play Syracuse. Kansas State beat Oklahoma State. And Florida still to play Georgia Tech. And coming up in week 9, number 9 Tennessee at Florida. That'll be a very good game. Kansas State at Kansas. Clemson at North Carolina. And Rutgers at Penn State. So, thank you for joining us. And in the immortal words of Coach Spector, have a great